Success I make me enemies scared. Circus smile, link large. Enemies scared. Been through the roughest times, why them want my life for worse? Me learn to load the gun before me learn to buy the verse. Them think me dead, me skill, me skip the grave and sight the earth. Go forward, me not try reverse, and I live time reverse. Me woulda live this same life, growing up without a fuck it, yo, me make it out, ya. Mummy say yes, me soldier. And tears full of rice because me make you prouder. Me a go make you stinking rich till them can't take the order. Them want to see me drop me girl so every step me sober. Squad me no take pull over, come me no left the road. Them a go witness man rise, just ask Jehovah.
Dance and promo,
yeah. Success I make me enemies scared. Circus smile, link large. No sweat and only paper. Fight the fight, now we in charge. Yeah. Success to make me enemies scared. Circus smile, link large. Enough sweat and we live up it. Fight the fight, now we in charge. Them want to see me water down. Them strength me never ask for none. Crazy dollars, crazy I'm so they can't run. The weed I light, me feel the vibe, yo get a flash of rum. Fuck them girl, she left her heart with me, she left her jaws a gum. Boss life, still I get used to this fast life. Back in the day, she used to pass like you alright. Strap down, when the cash come, yo me nah lie. So me never give up, hold the faith and go and try. Success to make me enemies scared. Circus smile, link large. No sweat and only paper. Fight the fight, now we in charge. Success to make me enemies scared. Circus smile, link large. No sweat and only paper. Fight the fight, now we in charge. Been through the roughest times, why them want my life for worse? Me learn to load the gun before me learn to buy the verse. Them think me dead, me skill, me skip the grave and sight the earth. Go forward, me not try reverse, and I live time reverse. Me woulda live this same life, growing up without a fuck it, yo, me make it out, ya. Mummy say yes, me soldier. And tears full of rice because me make you prouder. Me a go make you stinking rich till them can't take the order. Them want to see me drop me girl so every step me sober. Squad me no take pull over, come me no left the road. Them a go witness man rise, just ask Jehovah. Ask Jehovah, yeah. Success to make me enemies scared. Circus smile, link large. No sweat and only paper. Fight the fight, now we in charge. Yeah. Success to make me enemies scared. Circus smile, link large. No sweat and only paper. Fight the fight, now we in charge. Yeah.
BOSS Radio.
BOSS Radio, Southside Bosses, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the site or the radio station, and opinions between talk show hosts may conflict. This site does not endorse anything as the truth. That you will have to judge for yourself. But we try to speak the truth on the owner's behalf and reserve the right to question the supposed truth. In this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and government corruption, it is sometimes hard to get to the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to libel, discriminate, make hate, or annoy anyone. We believe that it is our constitutional First Amendment right of free speech to voice our opinions and our duty to the Constitution and country to expose the truth. This site takes no responsibility for the opinions of others and the postings of comments in chat rooms or forum posts.
As Mr. Flavor, I am proud to bring to you Mr. E, the music maestro.
What it is, everybody, what it is. I'm telling you, it's good to be alive on this wonderful day. I hope y'all feeling the same, boy. You know what it is, Mr. E, boss of the Southside Bosses, coming to y'all here live on our best show. Well, our second best show. Talking about 8 saying nothing. Well, it's mostly opinionated, so that's why today's topic is going to be kind of weird, because it's going to sound like I'm condemning myself. But before we even get into all that, I just want to let y'all know I love all my followers. I love all the people that support me. So, hey, just do me a favor. If you really support us and you haven't done it already, go like us, share us, and get your family to know about us. So you can either like us, follow us, subscribe to us, whatever your streaming service allows for you to do. If you're on our website at sbcmovement.com, go ahead and hit that follow button, subscribe to our blog. That way you'll know all the great up-and-coming reggae artists as we up-and-coming and what the established reggae artists are doing, because what reggae is full of love, and it's full of light, so it's always going to grow. Always. It's never going to diminish. So definitely tune in with that, because we're going to make sure that you have some hot reggae mix in your ear at all time. This Wednesday we're going to have Althea Hewitt live on BOSS Radio's Reggae Hour. So like I said, if you ain't already following us, follow us. Share us to your friends, family, social media. Share us to your enemies. We don't even care around. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can help y'all get squashed whatever y'all going through. You heard me? Already, but you know what? We got a great show for y'all tonight, because I already know y'all done heard about this. It is such a ridiculous thing, because first I just want to say that the court of public opinion is very unfair, very unjust. And y'all would drag a motherfucker before you even find out if they innocent or not. And I don't like that. Y'all did that with Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, y'all did that with Colin Kaepernick. Y'all know y'all did, so stop acting like you didn't. You know you did, and you know exactly what you did when you did what you did, so stop acting like you didn't do what you did. And y'all had bashed him and everything, just to turn out the man was actually right. A lot of y'all went as far as saying that he wasn't even a good NFL QB when the stats proved otherwise. He is actually a ranking QB. So you can tell that your feelings kind of clouded your judgment, and your public opinion came out so skewed that it actually ended up getting a man blackballed for simply believing in something and standing for what he believes in. The next person that you try to do that to, drum roll please, Simone Biles. Y'all know that girl is stronger than all of y'all. Got to be stronger than all of y'all, because not only was she going through physical strain from training and practicing and to be the best gymnast in the world's history, the most decorated gymnast in the world's history, and y'all talk cash noise about her because she wanted to take a break and take care of her mental health. Now, this is what I felt was funny. She took a break to take care of her mental health, and what y'all do? Y'all attacked her mental health. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made all these grand notions that she's supposed to live up to when you don't even live up to them. I think that's kind of hypocritical, don't you think? Yeah, your public opinion was skewed on that as well. So skewed that you was fucking hating when she got on the cover of, I believe, Sports Illustrated as being the most decorated gymnast and one of the greatest athletes of all time. How does that toe taste? I know it's your toe, but how it tastes with your foot in your mouth. Because you really thought that you knew better. You thought that it was going, and I know I can see your face right now. You're listening to this like, I don't care. I said what I said. You did say what you said, and you were wrong. And I just said what I said, which happens to be a fact. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot to even put the ring on, but so right now you got to understand one of two things, that when you give your opinion, it really do not matter at all. Why do I say that? Because I've been watching y'all go in. Y'all been going in on Antonio Brown. I'm talking about y'all been, see, this is what's wrong with black people today. You motherfuckers act like ain't nobody better than you. Where they do that at? Right there with you. Right there. You do that. Because y'all out here talking about something. He was an athlete. He's supposed to be doing what he's supposed to be doing. And he got to get up there. And no, he don't. He don't have to do a damn thing. And the simple fact of the matter is that y'all was mad because you probably had money on that game or on that team to take you all the way to the Super Bowl. Take you all the way. So that's not gonna happen now, and you mad. You even made up stuff to try to say he was wrong. But let me go ahead and show y'all how he wasn't wrong, because we have an actual video from Ian Rappaport of the Rap Sheet, who actually do studies. He do his research. He go and talk to these people. He went and he talked to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and guess what he had to say about it? You'll never believe it.
Of how this entire situation broke down. Midway through the game yesterday, Bruce Arians and the offensive staff told Antonio Brown to go into the game. They believed that he was healthy. Antonio Brown did not believe that he was healthy. He had been battling an ankle injury for the last several weeks, did not practice Thursday, did not practice Friday, and I know personally had some doubts whether or not he would be able to be out there and play. What he told the staff, from what I understand, is that he was not going into the game because in his mind...
My fault. Let me get this back. Let me get it back.
Of how this entire situation...
Gotta start it all over. Y'all just hold on.
Midway through the game yesterday, Bruce Arians and the offensive staff told Antonio Brown to go into the game. They believed that he was healthy. Antonio Brown did not believe that he was healthy. He had been battling an ankle injury for the last several weeks, did not practice Thursday, did not practice Friday, and I know personally had some doubts whether or not he would be able to be out there and play. What he told the staff, from what I understand, is that he was not going into the game because in his mind, he did not feel he was healthy. The response then from the offensive coaches and from Bruce Arians was, if you are not going to go into the game, when we tell you to go into the game, then you cannot be here. At that point, they threw him off the sidelines and then cut him from the team. So Antonio Brown, which Bruce Arians announced at the post-game press conference, he is no longer part of the team. They essentially told him that on the sideline, send him packing, leading Antonio Brown with $1 million incentive right within his reach. He was going to get it. He left all of that, left the field, and now is no longer a member of the Buccaneers.
That's a sad story, because this man knew he was not feeling it at all. Wasn't feeling it at all. He knows his body better than anybody. This is the problem with you people. Y'all think y'all know people better than they know themselves. This man know what he feels. We posted this video up, and first person came on there said that I smell bullshit. He wasn't hurt. You think this man really wanted to sit out his opportunity to win a bonus $1 million? You really think he wanted to sit that opportunity out? No, he didn't. He wanted that bonus $1 million, but he thought and sit in his head, if I hurt myself, not only will I not have this money, but I probably will not have my motherfucking leg. So he made a decision, like Simone Biles, to take care of himself. Because you motherfuckers ain't gonna take care of him when he's laying in that hospital bed with his fucking leg amputated, and now he can't even play football, and you ain't gonna pay none of his bills for him. So what the fuck does it matter to you? You just want to goddamn see a goddamn fucking NFL team that don't even really exist except with the players. You want to act like that is not even accurate, applicable reason to step down and be like, you know what, I can't do it, coach. I'm sorry. I know you want me to push myself. But I can't. And y'all public opinion was all about bashing this man. And you still bash this man, even though you know what the truth is. You still say he should have went out there and risked his life. Listen how that sound. Would you have done it? What would you do? Which I do suggest that y'all go check out on Passion Hour, because I'm telling you, that was a very great show that we had last night. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, turn up, and zone out with that. You feel me? Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and keep it moving. We got more music here by Vibes Cartel, who may be getting out of prison hopefully this year. He's going to go talk to his representation gets to go talk to the Queen herself, and they get to go talk to Parliament, and hopefully they will be releasing him from the prison that they have him in Jamaica, where he was wrongfully accused of the crime that he's incarcerated for. And we just want to send our shots out to that man, because that's what happened when public opinion judges somebody, and the government could take that public opinion and just fuck you up. This is Mr. E-Boss of the Southside Boss, and when we come back, we got more to talk about. So don't stop that dial, don't change that station. It is not over. This is BOS Says Radio's talking but ain't saying nothing. You know what it is.
Bang, bang, bang. Them fucker, them lose themselves or something. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Them lick the dead. Them must lick the dead. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Waterford, shut a spin like yellow wine fast. Everybody a figure the eagle a fly past. Sting get a fire, vampire, price fast. Man a run and a lick up in the glory be to God. Glory to God. You finna run a fire that a sing. Be your two clipper rapid and you fucking fire ping. Them fucker, them lose themselves or something. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Madras. Them lick the dead. Them must lick the dead. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Waterford, shut a spin like yellow wine fast. Everybody a figure the eagle a fly past. Sting get a fire, vampire, price fast. Man a run and a lick up in the glory be to God. Glory to God. You feel a run a fire that a sing. Be your two clipper rapid and you fucking fire ping. DJ fucker, them lose themselves or something. Something wrong with them. Bang, bang, bang. Something wrong with them. Them lick the dead. What is you do? Them must lick the dead. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Waterford, shut a spin like yellow wine fast. Everybody a figure the eagle a fly past. Sting get a fire, vampire, price fast. Man a run and a lick up in the glory be to God. Glory to God. Now you feel a run a fire that a sing. Be your two clipper rapid and you fucking fire ping. DJ fucker, them lose themselves or something. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Bang, bang, bang. Them lick the dead. Them must lick the dead. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Waterford, shut a spin like yellow wine fast. Everybody that you got the eagle a fly past. Sting get a fire, vampire, price fast. Man a run and a lick up in the glory be to God. Glory to God. You finna run a fire that a sing. Be your two clipper rapid and you fucking fire ping. DJ fucker, them lose themselves or something. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Them lick the dead. Them must lick the dead. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. Waterford, shut a spin like yellow wine fast. Everybody a figure the eagle a fly past. Sting get a fire, vampire, price fast. Man a run and a lick up in the glory be to God. Glory to God. You finna run a fire that a sing. Be your two clipper rapid and you fucking fire ping.
That's being nice. So this what y'all want to hear? I got you. This that trail music. Jimmy Walker Jones. I ain't never heard nobody holler out your name. Where I be. Ever show your face round here, you gon' get hooked up to an IV. Cause when I see you gon' be in the ICU. But when I catch you gon' be in the ICU. Nigga, when I see you gon' be in the ICU. Cause when I see you gon' be in the ICU. Intensive care unit. I'm on my ratchet and bullshit. Strap with a full clip. The toolie I pull quick. Twin text, spread it up on the door spit. I try to be grown about it. But they thinking I done went soft. Trying to get my attention, throwing 6 shots. What all they really fucking doing is pissing me off. I bet they cause I be the big man. So get the fuck off of my dick, man. My real concrete, not the streets that I walk. So if you speak my name, better watch how you talk. Kingpin, skinny pimp, yeah, I'm going off. I talk with my y'all, I talk with my y'all. Cock it back and make that bitch sprout. Motherfucker, what you thought? I'm from the days of the analog. So many styles in my catalog. Got zero tolerance for nonsense. I'm ready to bomb shit and press some pussy niggas out. Face official in the hood, no ID. You don't affiliate with real niggas I see. I don't just talk cash, nigga, try me. Look like a butterfly, sting like a bumblebee. I better holler out your name where I be. Ever show your face round here, you gon' get hooked up to an I be. Cause when I see you, you gon' be in the I see you. But when I catch you, you gon' be in the I see you. Nigga, when I see you, you gon' be in the I see you. Cause when I catch you, you gon' be in the I see you. The intensive care unit. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Feel like clapping a nigga today. Cause them niggas is fakers and I got automatic answers. I'ma give them what they want since they keep on asking. Talking in subliminal. Say my name, bitch, nigga, I'm a criminal. Got that game by the gentleman. You fucking imbeciles, and I'm knowing in my pinnacle. Heard your bitch had a long tongue, with such like a plus tenor. I transform like Voltron, from a skinny rap player to a desperado with 4 guns. Killing you niggas, ain't feeling you niggas. And I will no longer be entertaining the bullshit. It's the result that I'm giving you niggas. I ain't never heard nobody holler out your name where I be. Ever show your face round here, you gon' get hooked up to an I be. Cause when I see you, you gon' be in the I see you. But when I catch you, you gon' be in the I see you. Nigga, when I see you, you gon' be in the I see you. Cause when I catch you, you gon' be in the I see you. The intensive care unit.
Yeah, I will see you when I see you, boy. My boy Jimmy Walker Jones coming straight out of the ATL. College Park, East Point, putting it down, baby. You know what I'm talking about, man. If you know anything about me, you know I hold it down for the hometown, man. 4500 block, Washington Road, ATL, Georgia, East Point, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Love it to death, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This thing, this crypto thing, I mean, we used to talk about it a lot if you listen to our old show, Revolutionary Hour, back in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, so on and so forth. We was always talking about it, but we stopped talking about it for a while. The reason why I want to bring it up now is because now is the perfect time. Now is the perfect time, and I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you what I think. But before we get into what I think about that, I do want to go ahead and just introduce a couple, let them introduce themselves. I may be calling them by their government name. They don't want to be called by their government name, so I ain't gonna say no. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know who else on this thing with us, you know what I'm saying? Who want to go first?
What are we doing? What happened?
No, we just talking about crypto, but I'm telling you, just introduce yourself. I don't want to call you by your government name. You know what I'm saying? So,
I change my name every year just because of the politics.
I don't think we even gave him a chance.
King.
Thunder King, is that 2021 name, and you still got to come up with 2022? That's 2022. Thunder King, we got Thunder King.
Got me a business going on with Native American Original, so I'm trying to promote things going on for this year. Make it a whole official year about me. If y'all ever get interested, just catch me on Facebook or Instagram. I got Bingo as well. I try to set up shop up on that one, and so y'all can see my face and see what I got going on behind the scenes of what life is really about instead of behind the cameras.
I'm ready. Yeah. I feel that, man. It was good shit. Well, who else we got in the house right now?
Well, it all depends.
Man, let me just call both of y'all anonymous, goddamn. Anonymous 1 and Anonymous 2, shit. Nah, we ain't gonna put no 1 and 2 because neither one of y'all are 2. We're gonna say Anonymous 1 and Anonymous 8. Right. Keep y'all both in the front of the file.
You gotta flip a card around here every single time you making a business statement.
Yeah, that card better be a tarot card. We still guessing that we all.
Cigarettes illegal in 2022.
But no, we was looking at, I been making a little bit of money off of the stocks, period. Lately, I've been dealing with options, but we ain't talking about options now. We actually talk about crypto. And one thing I noticed about crypto right now is that it's on sale. It's on sale. It's at a great discount. Did you hear this? It's at a great discount. So I think right now is the best time to actually be buying. And I know a lot of people don't feel that way. I know a lot of people are looking at it like, hey, crypto is dying. Isn't that what you think, Thunder King, what you were saying about that?
Well, crypto got its own little database going on. You can actually go to these machines and actually purchase some crypto right there on the spot. But, crypto is its own little formatted database. Go ahead and check it out. Try to see if y'all can get y'all some extra winnings like the lottery around here.
Yeah, I mean, I like it simply because it has use cases, you know what I'm saying? You can use some of these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me personally, I had one that I used to invest in back in 2015 and 16, and I wish to God it would have did something. They still working on it. But it was called Tronics. The coin was TRX. TRX was, pretty much what it did was, it was pretty much like the internet, like the way Facebook is set up, where you could go on there, you can make friends, you can put up pictures, you can put up videos, you can put up music, you can put up whatever you want, whatever kind of content you want. And the more people like your content, the more people view your content, the more people listen to your content. You get paid for it. They pay you through the Tron coin, obviously. But the Tron coin has actually real value. You know what I'm saying? Like real fiat value. So that's why I personally like it. But right now, I think that's what people are trying to actually get, into.
You gotta give Bitcoin its dues for the last couple of years that it's actually been going. Cryptocurrency stocks. I mean, if you really know what's going on with life, I think stock options is the best. The more you purchase, the more you get back.
Yeah. That just depends also on how it performs in the market. With Bitcoin, tells you, I'm not a Bitcoin fan. It has it's too slow. Like it has the transaction speed is still slower than a bank. Mm-hmm. So I think the only reason it's doing well right now is because of its popularity. But within the next 50 years, I don't think it's going to die out. And that's because there's so many coins out there that do what it does, but does it a lot better than what it do. So I can see it getting up to $100,000.
$100,000 off Bitcoin. Okay.
Stay in until then, but that's going to be its peak. I believe that's going to be its peak because once, by the time it reaches $100,000, so many years would have went by that somebody would have been able to prove or put into effect a coin that would be able to just take over.
You gotta give it database that it's not real. It's not a real coin. It's an image. You know what I mean? It's an image printed up off a computer. So numbers generate numbers. So if you got more people purchasing Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying, the more numbers go up. But that just goes to show you how many people drop in and drop out of Bitcoin, because it's like a shaky market, but not everybody's really in tune to Bitcoin.
And most of the people that don't even know what it really does. They think that it's just it's just money. A lot of people they look at how much it costs right now, and that actually does one or two things. I realize when I be talking to people about Bitcoin, and they'll either get interested in it because of how much it is worth,
Bitcoin,
or they will get de-interested in it, thinking they don't have enough money to purchase a Bitcoin, because if they had $57,000, then they ain't purchasing no damn Bitcoin. They purchasing a house, or they purchasing a car, or they purchasing a boat. They're purchasing something that's tangible. And I can't get mad at them. I mean, shit, I wish I could get a boat.
Shoot, Bitcoin is something you can actually give off somebody, as far as like payment. I noticed they've been using that in the NFL a lot lately.
They do. NBA. And this is the problem. The NFL is going to eventually, the only reason the NFL is using it because it's popular. people have it, people ready to spend it. And it is a form of payment, but really it isn't. It's still considered a security by this SEC, meaning that it's something you own, not something that you spend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can trade away for. It's part of the bartering system more than it is part of the capitalistic system. They are trying to get it to that point, but right now, because once they get it to where it's money, they can tax it. They can tax it easy. And it's hard to tax Bitcoin right now. It's real hard to tax Bitcoin right now.
It has, because it's in a system to where you can't actually be more exposed to losing out if you actually have a little piece of the pie. I mean, you will definitely want a piece of an 8-piece square pizza, or you got the circle pizza. I mean, like, you can cut it up into even diamond cuts. I mean, you really gotta give Bitcoin its dues. It's been getting people paid.
Yeah,
and not
it has. I ain't know it. I made a little bit of money off of it, but when I found better coins that I was able to make faster money off of.
Definitely. I tried Dogecoin. You know, I tried a couple of.
I'm pissed off at the Dogecoin, man, because the Dogecoin. I had sold last year. I sold 2 days before it reached up, before it spiked up to 74 cents. If I would have kept my 5,000 fucking coins, I would have had nearly $5,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah, you can actually purchase it for the low, but you know, for me, I just bought a little piece of the pie. I never bought my own Bitcoin altogether, so it changes the value of actually buying the whole Bitcoin.
If I had, the value is. What would you? Okay, if somebody came and blessed you with $50,000 right now, what would you? Which coin or coins would you buy?
Sure, you got to tell me. It depends on who you actually got the competition between, because Bitcoin numbers are big right now, and then you got little 17,000, you know, couple shares and stuff like that, but you don't got more than 54,000 actually accumulating a day on the Bitcoin. I mean, it's the take for what you got. The percentage of it moving up 10% instead of it being 5. The chances are greater. It's greater to move it up. So
you think Bitcoin has a greater chance of making more money?
Bitcoin is the money. You know what I'm saying?
What you think, Anonymous 8?
It's money invested in money. I mean, you got to think about it.
Well, it's like it's true what you said on right now. The going rate just for one share of Bitcoin is basically 50,000. And now that people are starting to get off into it, it's like a big regret or a kick in the ass, because when Bitcoin first hit, it was in the cents to $1. So if you could have spent like $100, you would have had 100 shares. So right now you would have been a damn millionaire. So a lot of people have a lot of kick in the ass regret because they should have got it, because why? People been living on their phones since it first came out.
You know who probably wanted to commit suicide? That dude that bought them pizzas for them 2 Bitcoins. He kicking himself in his ass right now. But go ahead.
I mean, and so, like I said, that's a lot of the problem. And now everybody is starting to try to get off into it. And like you say, you really don't know. Some do. And I've been into it off and on since high school, but then again, that stock market.
Yeah. That was a regular,
which is totally different.
Yes.
Yeah, which is totally different from what I can just sit up there and just playing around with now.
Yes.
And just playing around, like I said, I just picked this up, day before yesterday, and there's a couple that I bought. It took me about two hours. And I'm already up to almost $300.
And this is with chump change.
Yeah, chump change.
Starting off with chump change.
Like, and this is just like $10 here or $20 here on the couple.
And that's in the time, in a period right now where crypto has been on the downfall. Like the prices, not crypto, not the cryptocurrency, not the blockchain, but the prices for these has been on the downfall. And I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of people think it's been on the downfall because they think crypto is dying. But what's happening is, these last 3 months was the beginning of the fiscal year. So the all these corporations are trying to make their money now because you have Halloween, you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, then you have New Year's, then you turn around right after that you have Valentine's Day. Those are all money making plays, so they're gonna market like a motherfucker.
But also to help with that though, is if you're doing that and you're messing around with the Bitcoin and Coinbase or crypto and all that, Stellar is look at.
Okay.
I mean, so far from what I've seen and what I've read on it and what and the little lessons or whatever, Stellar basically cuts out the middleman and connects all the damn banks at one damn time to where it's like, at the most, it's going to take you 5 seconds to do what it is you need to do.
Yeah.
Whether you need to sit there and transfer from crypto or Bitcoin to your account, whether you need to sit there and send it overseas, whether you need to convert it to other money, it only takes it about 5 seconds to do all
Stellar has
that.
finally gotten with banks, with contracts with banks. They're contracted with banks.
They got their own little network.
Yeah,
They have their own network.
It's like a
It's called what's it called? Decentralizing.
Yeah, everything. Most of these coins are decentralized. The only ones that are centralized is the tethering coins and Ripple, XRP. XRP is the banks came together because they knew crypto was going to take a lot of business from them, and they tried to confuse you and make you think that crypto was decentralized and all, but it was not. It was the only it still is the only centralized cryptocurrency out there. While the other ones are tethers.
Stellar is also working with banks though too though. They're working hard with the banks and all that, with all that also.
You can't replace something that's already in the computer.
Because what it is, they got their own. Stellar has a computer like in the network the decentralizing. Like I said, it's bypassing the middleman in a sense. So it's like, okay, they have they network, which goes to another computer system, which links up with the bank. They find a bank that agrees with the system that they have, and then they keep it going. That way, everything is all in unison. And then next thing you know, you got the other banks that fall off in line with it also. Because why? You got banks from here, you got banks overseas, and you got banks all over the world. And in order to do that, they all got to be basically in agreement and in the same accords on the same system.
But see, that's what's the one thing that's beautiful with the blockchain. The blockchain has it to where it is automatically agreeable with any system, but it is unhackable. Once it has that record imprinted on that block, and it moves to the next block, it's going to it creates a system of record keeping that makes every transaction that much faster, because instead of having to wait for somebody to ship you the paperwork, you only have to go on the blockchain, pick that block that is on, and download it. And now you have that paperwork, and that person didn't need, all they have to do is send you the consent for them you to access to that block. But you can't change nothing on that block.
Oh yeah.
What's this on that block? It's
10 or 10:30.
10:30. Go to bed at 10:30.
Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. My children just don't know when I'm going live.
Huh?
Hey, so back to what we were saying.
Yeah, you gotta love time is everything. So if every time you exchange on Bitcoin, you can definitely get your money's worth. I mean, I done made at least about $15, after 15 cents. So I'm not gonna complain about anything.
I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't for trading options, I probably wouldn't even be in the trading and investing game. I wouldn't. Trading options is, to me, the easiest way to make money. It is. All you have to do is know what that company is doing, whether it's going to go up or down, and bet accordingly. That's
true. I mean, if you think about it, in a way, it's simple, but it's complicated.
Oh, it's very complicated.
But
it's easy.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say. It's simple, but it's complicated because, like, the simplest rule to trading or investing is what? If you're going by stock market. Even on this, everything is what? Buy low, sell high. If you keep that in mind, All you got to do is you're looking up all this stuff and you're going through the Bitcoins, the cryptos, and everything that they have you can invest or trade in. You find the cheapest one. When you look on it, it's going to tell you the percentage. It's going to tell you the going rate. It's going to tell you whether to buy or whether to sell. If it says buy, you buy it. If it says sell it and you already have it, sell it. Simple rule. But is there other things that make it complex?
So much.
Yes, it is.
My favorite one out of all of them is the relative strength index. And all the relative strength index do is tell you if a stock has been sold so much that it eventually is going to go back up, or has this stock has this stock been bought so much that it's about to go down.
You can definitely buy stock for cheap, and then watch it rise. That's the whole purpose of buying it.
That's the beautiful part. The beautiful part is the fact that with options, let's say a share is of $10. In order to own 100 shares, you have to spend $1,000, right? If you pick in options, if you pick the best bet, if you pick the best play or the best option bet or whatever. Option is a bet, pretty much. That's what it is. You pick the right one, you can get for that same $1,000. You can own 10,000 shares for a brief moment of time.
True, and then like you say, when it goes down or it goes up and it says sell it. You made your money back, double, triple, or 4 times fold. But also, the thing is,
also this is the beautiful part. Even if it goes down, if you bet that it was going to go down, when you could have bought high, now you think you selling low and you buying high, but that's not how it really works. What it really works is you told this person that
it'll say hold.
Yeah, you'll be holding it for somebody,
and
you're going to sell it
that you can use to get off a little later.
Yeah, you say it's gonna you're gonna buy low, sell high. If it's like in between and it's high right now, and you go down, or it's low but you want to sell, it's gonna turn around and say hold. Or it's gonna say moderate buy.
Right, but that's not the ones I'm saying. The one I'm talking about is with options. But options, if you see that the price is so high, you think it's at its peak. And all you got to do is tell the person that owns the shares that I want to borrow these shares from you. I'm going to get somebody to pay this amount of money, this $10. I'm going to get them to pay $10 per share. But when it goes down to $7.50, I'm going to pay you the $7.50 because I got it sold for you. You've been trying to sell it, you ain't got it sold. I can do that. That's what the contract option is.
But the contract option don't come with any limitations, because you can just sign up online and just get a free 5 stocks
not really
nowadays.
A lot of these exchanges actually want you to have either history in trading options or a $20,000 wallet.
I've never seen a $15,000 wallet, just walk in the door like that. But then again, you can get in with like 2 G's.
Actually, tell the truth, in the stock market, $20,000 is chump change. These people are dealing with hundreds of trillions of dollars.
If you played with money before, then you know how quick you can get it back. That's the whole fun of it. You actually doing the stock.
True, but the options it doesn't have anything to do with it, because you're not really trying to lose that money at all. So you're trying to make
that's money you can easily get back real quick.
But that's why you start with smaller stocks.
That's your
not necessarily.
In a sense,
smaller stocks is an easier way to lose. I lost more money dealing with penny stocks than I have dealing with big money making stocks, because I'm gonna tell you what happens with these big money making stocks, such as Amazon. Amazon is $3,330 something right now. So when it fluctuates, whatever the volatility is how much people are buying and selling the stock.
Yeah.
When it's high, when people are really buying and selling the stock, that thing moves $40-50 per tick.
Yeah.
Well, these penny stocks won't even move a penny per tick.
But I'm not, if you really can't afford, I would just say, if you're going to start with penny stocks, that's just like the little experimentation phase.
Yes.
For that way you can get a feel for it if you do decide you want to go to a bigger, that way you have a feel of what it is that you're doing.
Because
instead of just going in with a grip of their money, and then you end up losing it all and getting mad.
It's the profit that you can't invest when you actually need to get it back. That's
exactly.
the
But not only that, but you
stocks.
also have these simulators. These simulators give you $100,000 of play money, and you just get to go, and you can't learn nothing because that's not real money. You don't feel the psychology of it. You don't feel the anticipation of, oh shit, I may lose my house note. Like, this is some fake monopoly money, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna see what happens if I do this. Oh, okay, that ain't work. Okay, you ain't learned anything.
But but also too, like when it's dealing with penny stocks, it's also depending on which company you invest in too.
Because I know a lot of y'all feel like shit for not investing in Amazon in 1998.
But here's the thing though.
You got Tesla going on.
But here's the thing though, like speaking within our community, the black community.
Oh, the melanated.
Yes. The thing is that we as a whole are always blaming somebody else for our downfall or something that we don't have, we can't get, we can't do this. Okay, nothing is stopping us but us.
Right.
Nothing is stopping us but us. And I figured, if you can sit up there and spend anywhere from $100 to thousands of dollars on a pair of damn Jordans and getting your hair and your nails done, it's okay to look nice. There's nothing wrong with that.
But sacrifice.
But if you want to sacrifice, if you invest in yourself.
It depends on what you're doing with it.
Exactly. If you can, like I said, if you can sit up there and take the time to spend anywhere between $200, $300, $400, $500 on a pair of shoes that you're going to be walking on, half the time ain't no telling what's going to happen to them shoes.
Right. Somebody gonna step on them, and then you're gonna.
Exactly. Invest in yourself. Invest in your future. Invest in your life. Invest in right now your retirement. Take some of that money that you're spending on shoes and other things that's bullshit that as we do, and invest it in stocks or CDs or something like that. That way we will have residual income.
And then,
which means you ain't got to work as hard because you have money constantly coming in and rotating
let's
itself.
put it a little bit more so they can understand. That means you don't have to work to pay for Jordans. You can let the residual payments buy you Jordans now.
Yeah, invest it, which means let your money make itself.
I say let it stay in there and grow more money so that you can actually own a piece of Nike. And when you own a piece of Nike, you could go to the Nike warehouses, show them your shares, show them that you have a voice in the company, and then tell them, I want a pair of fresh Jordans of your new Jordans off the fucking line. I want to walk out the fucking factory with these fucking Jordans before anybody has these Jordans.
You gotta have a mind frame to actually be like, okay, I'm 20 G's up, and you gotta understand 20 G's ain't nothing to play with. If you lose that, you.
But it's a simple mindset though. It's always excuses, because if you can take that 20 G's and steady flip it in the street, watching your damn back, trying to figure out if you're gonna live from the next moment to the next. Make it easy on yourself. Invest it in something that you ain't got to do nothing with except for sit there and watch it grow and take it out when you need it.
What made me actually realize where I was fucking up at,
it's a simple mind frame.
That I watched the Amazon stock boost from $100 to over $1,000, and I looked at the original price and I smoked that in a week.
Exactly.
I said, damn, I could end up, if I would have did this for 1 month, I would be sitting pretty nicely. Right? I would have been able to go buy a pound and still had money left over.
Exactly. Do we live and learn? Yes. Are people hard-headed? Yes.
Very.
But at the same time, for those who are of melon color or black or whatever you want to call us.
All of us melanated.
Exactly. Look at the ones who are already in that position. For us, like Oprah and all the rest of them, Tyler Perry. Look at how they invested their time. Nobody said just because you come from the streets, okay, everybody has problems.
Right. I came from the streets.
Okay, they had problems. They went through a lot of stuff that some of us didn't even damn go through. but look at where they're sitting.
I know people that came straight out of prison and hit the ground running.
Exactly.
And that's a shot at me too, because
you have the chance and the opportunity and the time to sit up there and invest in yourself. Nobody is going to invest in you until you start investing in yourself.
You got to bring something to the table.
Nobody else, that white man or nobody else, is going to look at you as a man or a woman until you start looking at yourself as that king or that queen or that man or that woman that you are supposed to be. And as you should carry yourself. Stop accepting and going around with the typical nigga this, nigga that, bitch this, bitch that. Don't get mad because somebody else of a different race call you that. Because why? That's what you answer to.
That's what I always say. Go back to the first man who ever invented the word. I mean, like, we all cursed by our own.
You can't really go back to the man who invented the word because that man is long dead and gone. But what you can do is stop accepting
that.
Stop accepting what people turn around and give and tell you what you can and cannot do. Set your boundaries. Set your boundaries and stick to your boundaries. Because if you don't stand for nothing, you're going to fall for everything.
Time and time again.
Time and time again, like the Bitcoin trade, you got to invest in what you actually trying to produce.
Exactly.
You got to produce that every dollar that you invest in Bitcoin. You can have the potential of actually coming up off of the dollar that you invested. I'm not just saying that because you never know what Bitcoin's gonna do, but you always know what Bitcoin is about. And I feel if I invest more in Bitcoin, I could come up with more finances so I can actually take those trips. You know what I mean? Go, to Canada, and see what the tomatoes will be like.
Now, that you did right. If that's your plan and you have it broken down to what you want to do, that's perfect. Because if you already have an end goal, that's your motivator right there. So as long as you do what you're supposed to do to reach that end goal, you're gonna make you're gonna make the right move. Because your whole time you're calculating, and that's all what the stock market is even about. That's what all Bitcoin and all that about is about calculation.
Well, life is like that. Period.
Life is like that. Period.
It's put in the Excel.
There's a lot of ups and downs, just like those bar charts.
Exactly. Life is like that. Period.
So.
I mean, just like you're gambling out here, like I said, like you're gambling out here in the streets, you're gambling on your job, and you're gambling on everything else.
Every time you clock in, you gambling, because if you fuck up one time...
Why keep yourself in survival mode and be bitching about living? Because there's a difference between existing, surviving, and living. We humans, especially in our community, we are choosing to survive. For what?
Because that's all we know. The only history that we even know as black people is we came out of slavery. We try to attach ourselves to Egyptian history. We try to attach ourselves to other histories in the world, such as Kushite history, Hamite history, and things of that nature. We try to attach ourselves to these great civilizations, but that in all actuality, you know in the back of your head, you've been separated from that, and you won't do what you need to do.
But that is still an excuse. You want to know why?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you want to know why I say it's an excuse? Even though you've been conditioned to believe that we started from slavery, which we did not.
We know that.
Those who went to school, those who even dropped out of school, those who turned around and lived life. No, we did not come from that. They know there is more to what it is than what it is that you was told.
You right.
Okay, you watch TV, you have entertainers, you have your stars, you have all this. So there is no excuse to say just because they told me I came from slavery that I cannot go nowhere and I cannot succeed in life. Or I cannot invest.
You're mishearing what I'm saying. Of course that's no excuse. What I'm saying is that is the mentality that that people are living with. They're living with that mentality that they don't even know how to go forward because they're so busy trying to figure or live. They're so busy being programmed living the life that they're living. They come up with these excuses.
True.
Because everything that we learn and that we live right now came out of survival mode as a slave, and they are afraid to cut those modes off. Period.
And I get that and I understand that. But at the same time, we know. I'm not going to just say you, I'm going to say we. As a whole, we know, number one, we outnumber them. Number two, we are not dumb. Number three, just like we can hustle in the damn street in survival mode, you can hustle in damn life and damn live and put it towards something positive.
Yeah, we know. We've seen it happen.
Exactly. And we watch it every day. So regardless of the fact of how we are conditioned, what we do is still a damn excuse.
I'm saying that.
So it's like
all of it is the excuse. They don't want to let it go.
Exactly. Which is why I say, quit bumping your gums and blaming the white man and everybody else. Get up off our asses and turn around and do something. If you don't want to work for the man, then turn around, you take your skills that you know that you are a beast at, and you start your own business.
The first question you really need to ask yourself is, if I never liked the oppressor, why am I still living the way that my oppressor wants me to live? Because
we choose to. Because it's a choice.
Why do we choose to? That's the question they need to ask themselves. Are they afraid of real life, or are they thinking that is real life? Which one is it? Because if you think that that's real life, you have a totally different path to go through. You got to be now awakened. You have to be now shown that there's a different way. You now have to be shown you have the ability to even start your own business.
Even those ones who think that is real life, I will give, to a certain degree, some give or take. Because
I ain't giving nothing.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I said me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why I would give it to a certain extent, because even though you're programmed and that is a way of life, to an extent, everything around you, and still everything you see, and you are listening to these.
Exactly.
And you are listening to others who have turned around and made it that was in that same mindset.
Exactly. That's why I don't give it.
That's why I say to an extent.
I don't give it to. I can't see it give it to an extent because
to an extent, because some you actually have to turn around and get out there, or they have to turn around and show them, or some have to get off their ass to sit up there and actually take them and show them and tell them, look, come on.
If they
but at the same time, don't bitch more and complain, because do not ask for help if you don't plan on moving your feet.
You got to keep moving forward. That's what
you got to keep moving forward. If you aren't ready to if you ain't moving forward, then that means I'm dragging you, and you're dead fucking weight. Dead weight is the heaviest fucking weight you can fucking pick up and drag.
Don't move nothing you can't pick up.
I ain't trying to. I got a bad back now. You gonna have to fucking fuck that shit.
I mean, and again, back to stocks. If you're gonna invest in that, okay. You might not know nothing about stocks.
Right.
Everybody has this in common.
I still don't.
If you're going to invest in anything, whether it's a small amount, a piece, a portion, or a full share, if you are to invest in anything, you invest in a company that deals with electricity. You deal with a company that deals with food. You deal with a funeral home. And you also deal with construction or auto.
And government bonds, because all of those things are needed.
Everybody has in common. If you don't know nothing else to invest in, investors, because why? You all gonna die. We all need electricity. You all need some place to stay, and you all need something to eat. Oh, don't forget the water companies, because you're gonna need water.
And you're gonna want to live in a country that's doing good.
Not unless you're like me. I'll be like, to hell with that damn shit. I ain't got to go nowhere because I know how to grow my own food and I hunt and I fish.
And I know how to light a candle.
Exactly. God gave me 12 light. God gave me 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of light.
That's what happened when that sun go down. That nigga said, I need to go to sleep.
Exactly. So therefore, I really don't need all that. And if you notice, people are actually going back to where we're supposed to live anyway.
And this is why they beat us to the punch with the GMOs. The genetic. Maybe we don't get too far into it, but you got to understand that these people already know our mindset because they understand psychology. Psychology is the one thing that they master in, because if they know how people move, they can direct their movements like cattle. This is why it's called animal husbandry, or the general education department. That's why they didn't teach you about the stock market, and you're sitting here listening to us because you want to get some information and get a mindset that will lead you to independence.
But depending on what you took in school, when you take like your accounting classes, because they took a lot of classes out of school that you need, like skills, like skill classes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you took accounting in school, or you had your little business class, or you had your computer class, even in your computer classes, somewhere along the line, they have to teach you about the stock market or stocks or investing, because why? As technology goes on, they're telling you, well, if you invest in this, such and such invested in this, and he started off with this. They give you the history on that.
Yeah, the only history they gave us was the Great Depression. And that they only touched on it by saying that the investors was jumping out of windows and stuff.
True, and then when they talk about the stock market crash,
that's it,
and stuff. But like I said,
that makes you right there think that the stock market is
depending. Yeah, they say it was going good, but at the same time, you got to look at during the time the stock market crashed. It was during the Depression.
But that's what I'm saying. They only applied it to the Great Depression. So the only time we even seen the stock market is when it's doing bad. So we always thought it was bad, because that's the only thing we knew about.
Wait, what was another class in school?
They did it in economics, and they also did it in political.
But also too, again, it also depends on where you went to school and the classes that they provided for you.
Where did you go to? Where did you go to high school at?
Well, when I got here, I went to every school in Texas, in Corpus, but I graduated in Mississippi though.
Okay, and that was 1 year in Mississippi that you did.
What high school was that?
When I was here?
Mississippi.
Kahoma Junior College, Agricultural High.
Okay.
So I went to college and high school at the same time.
You also went to a different, you went to like I want to call it, it's an advanced school.
Yeah, but the difference is also too though, it's like growing up and with my dad being in the military and living everywhere and mostly being raised overseas. And with my dad and where we were raised, everything was stressed on education.
I get you.
So even when I got here, when I came over here to the United States, that's really when I ran off into racism.
Yeah, you moved to the
when we moved to the United States is when I ran off into racism and got called a nigger for the first time. Didn't even know what the hell it was. Until I got here. And once I found out what it was, I said, okay, because the guy who called me that, I'm like, we ain't got none of those.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
So I went down to that, and I was like 13, 12 or 13. So it's like, okay. But I knew about it because my dad taught me, my grandma, and everything else.
Right.
So when I got here, it's like, okay, I had to sit up there and switch modes in a sense. Because everything over in the United States is actually dumbed down.
Very.
It is very whitewashed and it is very dumbed down.
Sorry, y'all, but not sorry. It is.
And I'm telling y'all from experience, because I lived it, and this is not something that I heard. This is something that I'm telling you. Because when I got over here to the United States, I was actually getting ready to go into high school, but because of my age, they put me back in junior high. Had nothing to do with the hell I damn knew. It was because of my age.
Yep. Florida did me like that.
But if you turn around and go from the United States overseas, they'll put your dumb ass up a grade.
Damn.
And then you come from over there to over here because of age or whatever, until you get tested out, you get put back a grade.
And then when they test you out and see what you know,
then that's when you get your little young prodigies.
Right.
Those 13, 14, or 12-year-olds
right.
that are already in high school or college level.
Country, right? You lived in the Asian, born and lived in the Asian country.
Yeah, we was raised over there, so it's like, okay, cool, fine. But like I said, it all depends on, like I said, what's provided for you on where you live and your education. But just because you are not as privileged as some, that still does not stop you from seeking the knowledge or asking or wanting to know. You live on your phones. That is everything you need. So instead of being on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all that shit, look at some shit that's going to turn around and actually put something on your damn brain to sit up there and make you advance and progress.
Start on YouTube and then branch off. Look up the stuff that you hear on YouTube and learn it. Learn that even if it's wrong, you'll find out what the right answer is. And then at least you know it, and now you cannot be duped when somebody try to convince you otherwise. That's all I'm saying. Y'all like being tricked, though. Y'all like that. I guess that's what they mean. It ain't tricking if you got it. Because y'all like being tricked.
If you got it, you gotta live your best life. That's what they say. Bitcoin and the stocks investment, how you feeling like that?
Me personally, I say live in your truth so you won't die in your lie. How about that?
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, it was
I'm trying to get my own stock market going. I'm trying to open up that Naval American original, Thunder King. I'm trying to make it big 2022. You got to feel how you get it.
Now make sure y'all look that up. Did you say American Natural?
Nah, that sounds like a bill.
I
said Naval American Original.
Naval American Original. Y'all make sure y'all look that up. Find you on where they can find you at? Facebook, Instagram?
They can hit me up on Naval American on Facebook, Instagram. I got Bingo. I do a lot of social media, so I'm not gonna say Twitter right now. Because Twitter kind of, going. I don't know what the hell going on with Twitter. I tried Twitter a couple times. So their investments are too big for me. I'm just not ready for Twitter right now. Their investments on stock market.
Oh, you're talking about the cost of the shares? They also don't have that many shares. They don't have as many shares.
You gotta stick with what you know, Google. Like stuff like ABC. It's a lot of things going on. You get many views watching these shows at night. It's actually going on with the TV networks.
All you got to do is just get on there, find your company, and just read about them. Read everything about them. We already running out of time. Wish we did have some more time because we definitely was getting into that conversation. That was a real heated conversation. I like that one. So definitely make sure y'all tune in for more. If y'all ain't already following us, you already know what to do. You find us on your favorite streaming service and just like, subscribe, or follow, and go ahead and tell your family and friends about us. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be mad when they find out that you held out on them, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold out on them. Let them know what we doing over here. We got some great information. You got some you ain't even expecting. Like, you thought we were finna go gossip about Antonio Brown. And yeah, I did a little bit. You got all the sighting and stuff, and then we dropped some gems on you, and now you're gonna get up in the morning and you're gonna go make some money, ain't you? I bet you go make some money in the morning. Say you ain't. See? I knew you lying. Already. But thank you, Anonymous 1 and Anonymous 8.
Anytime.
For coming on and, blessing us with some great, valuable content that they're gonna love to hear. And we're gonna hopefully get y'all back on here for another episode of Talking But Ain't Saying Nothing. You already know what you're listening to.
Nagra Beats. Scorp
don't talk to him.
When I was down, ain't nobody give a shit. And now I'm on a nigga, gotta pay the rent. I done been there, I done done that ever since I was a kid. Said I always had ambition and my dreams was always big. You can do it. You can do it. Don't play no games with it. You can do it. Yeah, listen. You can do it. You can do it. If it's wrong, then make it right. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
I seen what it means to be stuck at the bottom. How the bit trapped in the cage with travesty hit it, and everybody just said drop 'em. I've been buried alive, left to suffer to die, but I swear to you, I never gave up. Niggas squirming on the ground, tell them stay down, but I found a way up. Ever since my mom passed, I wandered throughout the wilderness, and she your daily misses. I never get the miss, never got used to the awkwardness. I'm feeling deep down in my chest. Use it as a passion to drive to get up on the grind and try to make it out the gutter. Born in it though, so all I ever had was the everlasting struggle till I get a come up. And I can't stop there. My oldest Nasiel needs a house on 100 acres real quick. Joaquin needs his own business that would have him on all 7 continents making deal pics. Only thing broke would be the generational curse. I won't leave my children living off worse. When cowards come to punch my ticket, then they got a brother leaving this all right here in the hearse.
When I was down, ain't nobody give a shit. And now I'm on a nigga, gotta pay the rent. I done been there, I done done that ever since I was a kid. Said I always had ambition and my dreams was always big. You can do it. You can do it. Don't play no games with it. You can do it. Yeah, listen. You can do it. You can do it. If it's wrong, then make it right. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
Fell from the top real hard, put in my work. You could call me Hustle God. Charged up like a cell phone, now it's on, so I'm guaranteed to make it to the top. Fell bad, let the fade blow away. Took the ritter, stayed in with a bulldozer, made a new way. When you focus on success, it's the best desire when it comes to your different mind states. Wait, patience was the key when it all fell down. Had to understand that it wasn't in the plan. Goddamn, many hypocrites smiling as I fell, hoping that I'd break when I land. I couldn't see what I had was a pocket full of trash, as all the cowards that claimed to be my friend. Really hung around for the joy, never down for the boy. Never wasn't even my fan. I get a do-over, leave their ass when I'm sober. Gotta focus on the spirit, getting a little colder. Everything I do is soda from the flow up. Had to own up and roll like a boulder. True soldier, with a boss my frame. No way, I'ma play, stop acting like you lame. I'm out of my business, doing me show. This outside riding, staying in my lane. Baby.
When I was down, ain't nobody give a shit. And now I'm on a nigga, gotta pay the rent. I done been there, I done done that ever since I was a kid. Said I always had ambition and my dreams was always big. You can do it. You can do it. Don't play no games with it. You can do it. Yeah, listen. You can do it. You can do it. If it's wrong, then make it right. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
No, man. They been trying very, very hard to keep me out this game. I just got one question. What you afraid of?
I think we're gonna be friends.
Hardly. You niggas never invited this boy to the party. Standing outside in the cold rain, looking through the window, see you turn it up like car keys. So low with the mind frame, but I came with my game, cause ain't a damn thing gon' change. Stayed in my lane, probably put pace up and Dre, saying to myself what 8 years gon' change. So I focus on the game plan, to put them all on their knees like they about to say amen. Got them crying like Rayman, ain't a strange man, all I wanted was the screens for the bandstand. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you'll be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory.
The clouds have opened up, and I've been seen in all of my glory. Suddenly, the clouds have opened up, and not being seen in all of my glory. Suddenly,
So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the
We're gonna
glory.
be friends.
Remember that little girl talking about what he's gonna do to obtain success? He was 10 toes down, made progress, while the congregation hated like Congress. I can't say I have a status, but Nipsey brought the hustle back, so now the bosses got this. We about the block back, can't stop that for the suburbs on the way to the projects. No longer treated like objects, tossed to the side, we glide, no matter with the weather. I remember living hard, so I have to stay fly, so baby, you fucking with a treasure. This ain't like a scary movie, the end it might just be a little bit gory. Nothing else is gonna stand in between me and glory.
We're gonna be friends.
suddenly, the clouds have opened up, and not being seen in all of my glory. Suddenly, the clouds have opened up, and not being seen in all of my glory. Suddenly,
So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the
We're gonna
glory.
be friends.
My mom told me not to ever let these cowards play me. You lose it all in the blink of an eye. So true while they pointing at the white man, they planted on my back while holding a big knife. Now they're gonna need a crossbow, cause I need 50 feet before I take a seat. Back to the wall, no room for slipping. Let me see it all when it comes to take a G. There's no fakery, the money come fast, I can sell at the trap bakery. You could be kidding me, I'm still here to sweet lick like you some kind of candy man. This is for the time I spent. I know that baby out there is checking for me. I guarantee it's not me, but the glory.
We're gonna be friends.
suddenly, the clouds have opened up, and not being seen in all of my glory. Suddenly, the clouds have opened up, and not being seen in all of my glory. Suddenly,
So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the glory. So I aim to get the stacks to the ceiling. When you hear this, you be feeling my story. I used to only want the money, but now I'm coming for the
We're
glory.
gonna be friends.
DOSS Radio.